Recently, the most exciting news will be the announcement of the iPhone 6. The stock of the Apple has risen from the 40%, showing the confidence of investor. I am an Apple fan and I have iPhone series from the iPhone 3 to iPhone 5s. Also, I got an Apple iPad and iPad mini. I'm totally an Apple fan because I admire Steve Jobs, who was the greatest entrepreneur for the past 100 years in my heart. Most of today's Apple fans have heard of Steve Jobs, though he was already gone to the heaven. However, most of people might know little about why Jobs was considered as the most successful entrepreneur and how he contributed to Apple's success. In today's presentation, I will talk about Steve Jobs' contribution to Apple's success through the role of the marketer, a leader, and an innovator. His experience are valuable information for today's entrepreneurs. Let's begin with how his marketing skill led to the Apple's success. He was the greatest marketer, although he didn't have a marketing degrees. Most of marketers believe that marketing is a combination of wants and need. For example, people need to take a medicine, but they want chocolate. Then the marketer will be those who design a medicine with a taste of the chocolate. On the other hand, Jobs believed that customers won't even know what they want until he shows them. According to TMA105, Steve Jobs was selling two things throughout his life: beauty and truth. Then all cell phone manufacturers was selling their phones as the most complex. Jobs designed an iPhone as the simplest, only one home keys. That his understanding of the beauty and truth. All of those Apple Store were used to show customer his creation. As a marketer, he changed the technology into the form of art. Also, traditional marketers try to meet customers' need. On the other hand, Jobs tried to challenge customers' need. Apple PC market share has been behind HP and Dell for a long period of time. Jobs didn't worry about the low sale, but challenged those customers who didn't buy the Apple PC. According to Team 2011, Jobs made an Apple weak position in the market like a bench owner of a matter exclusive and there's coolest. Not everyone was equipped to see the future. If you were an Apple fan, you were equipped. If you were not, you are out. In addition to his marketing skill, Steve Jobs also performed well as a leader. He redefined the leadership words. Although his successful cannot be learned by everyone else. According to the magazine Forbes, during the interview, Jobs has once said, "I'm not dismissing the value of higher education. I'm simply saying it comes at the expense of the experience." The textbook told us to democratic. However, Jobs works as a most autocratic leader, and the greatest company Apple. The textbook told us the importance of group working, but Jobs saving the Apple during the hardest time through the individual perspective. He once quitting the Apples and the company's market share dropped from 16 to the 4%. Then he returned back in 1996. and create the iMac and OS X, which saved the company. After his death, though 99% of the employees complained on his democracy, 100% of them believe that he was the greatest leader they have ever followed. Let's take a look at this picture. It is important to note that the news about the Steve Jobs can always be found in the movement of the stock market. We can see the beginning of the rising curve from his successful Pancreatic survey, and we also see the drop due to his announced beliefs. That's where the leader is. His every brief can affect the future of the apples. If the marketing skill and the leadership made Apple successful, it was his innovation to make Apple great. The sale revenue and the operational profit are always best measure for the success of the company. These figures show the Apple's sale and profit between the year of 2002 and 2011. It is easy to find how the curve changed over time. There was a clear increase in the profit and revenue with the debut of the iPhone, iPod, iPod Nano, and the iPad. The most of increase was due to introduce a new product. It is important to note that all of these debuts was relating to the Steve Jobs. According to the Davis 2011, Steve Jobs died at 56, and his legacy of a blockbuster product, including the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Most of the Apple's product series are created through Jobs' hands. What's more, his influence is still lasting even after his death. According to Marcus, Stephen's earliest hit has created a reliable template for the achieving the world dominate. Don't be the first, just be the best. Thanks to the iPod and the iPhone, iPad, that is the legends of the Apple Watch inherit, and the threshold for the success is must matched. As the innovator, he combined both Eastern and Western philosophy into his product to educate all followers what the world will be. After my presentation, now you understand why I believe that Jobs was the greatest entrepreneur I have ever known. He worked as a marketer who changed the concept of those marketing experts. He works as a leader who challenged the knowledge in the textbook. And he works as an innovator who lived to change the world. There are 3 apples in the history. First for Adam, the second for Newton, and the third for Steve Jobs. That is all my presentation. Thank you.